has the heart.
If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential, to be the best that you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game, in my book, we're going to be winners.
This is your fight. Now go out there and take it.
I know you're tired. I know you're hurting. And I wish I could say something that was classy and inspirational. But that just wouldn't be our style. Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Welcome to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Come see all your friends at Applebee's in Athens, Highway 72 West, just off I-65. 12 minutes guaranteed or it's free Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 7 items to choose from. Can't make it for lunch? Visit them for happy hour, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. or late night. Half-price appetizers with beverage purchase, 6 appetizers to choose from. One of your favorite teams is sure to be playing on the big screen, too. See you tomorrow at Applebee's Neighborhood Grill, Highway 72 Athens, just off I-65. Real estate real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate real easy. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. Quality Vinyl is on your side. Quality Vinyl in Athens has been in business since 1987, offering great prices and service the whole time. What has changed is the technology of their products. From vinyl siding and shutters, sunrooms and screen rooms, to doors, windows, columns, and rails. Quality Vinyl, located on the corner of Highway 72 and Reed Road in Athens, just 6 miles west of I-65. Call 232-2665 or visit them online at qualityvinyl.net. Quality Vinyl is on your side. Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon. Check out the WKAC sports page. Go to WKAC1080.com and click on the WKAC sports icon. You can listen to the current sports stream as well as game archives, past coaches shows, and Applebee's Tailgate Talk on demand. If you're on your smartphone, you can stay automatically updated as new items are posted. The WKAC sports page. Another reason why your best source for Limestone County sports is WKAC1080.com and 1080 WKAC.
Hey, this is Charles Morrison, varsity baseball coach with Lindsay Lane Christian Academy, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
And welcome to Wow, I just goofed that up right off the bat. Good Saturday morning, everyone, and welcome to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. I hope it's not one of those days. Tom McClung here, Old Tom Cat, alongside 1 Adam, 12 Dotson, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. We are excited to be here. His mic's down. Say that again.
It's just us three today.
It's just us three today. We can do it, man. We can absolutely get it done. We got a great show lined up. We've got Josh Hart. He is top. If you don't follow NHRA Top Fuel Dragsters, he's fifth in the standings. defending Gator Nationals champ. He's going to be on the show with us via radio, via the First National Bank hotline. No, he'll be the Tailgate Talk special guest segment brought to you by Yellowhammer Roofing at the top of the hour. He's, I was telling Tim earlier, he's the defending Gator Nationals champ, and we're going to get to talk to him the weekend of the Gator Nationals, so that's going to be cool. Jason Guyton of Guyton Wrestling will be joining us. Ray Aikens with Athens Youth Football, he's a regular. He's coming back, and we'll be talking to Clay Coleman, Freak Daddy, AP Steadham, Swami of the SEC. Call or text us, ladies and gentlemen, at 86. Here we go again. 256-812-1848. That's 256-812-1TGT. You can find our website online at tailgatetalk.net. Follow our Twitter and Instagrams accounts at Instagrams at Tailgate Talk AL.
Right after you come back from the Walmarts.
Right when you come back from the Walmarts, you find the Instagrams.
Go on the internets.
on Snapface and on Facebook and all that other stuff.
Exactly. You cook it all up in an instant pot, too. So, Tailgate Talk AL, Facebook and me. We can find us at Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Subscribe to the Applebee's Tailgate Talk YouTube channel. We're going to get that thing up and running here one of these days soon. We still got good videos from the past. What do you call it? Archives, yes. Hey, Amazon Echo, say Alexa.
Play Tailgate Talk.
Google Home, say OK Google.
Play Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
And download the Tailgate Talk app for Android or iPhone, powered by Crown Service.
Just slow down.
It's the caffeine, man. By Crown Service, Termite and Pest Control. Look for Applebee's Tailgate Talk on iTunes, Amazon Music, Google, Spotify, and other popular podcast platforms. Like I said earlier, we'll be taking our calls on the First National Bank hotline, making communities great, and we'll talk to Josh on the Tailgate Talk special guest segment brought to you by Yellowhammer Roofing. Somebody else, please say something.
I'm ready with my scores and more.
Are you ready
here.
with scores and more? Well, let's toss it over to producer extraordinaire and see if I can get this cotton out of my mouth for scores and more.
You could be a cotton-headed ninny muggins, you know. So.
Ninny muggins.
You ever seen Elf?
You ever seen Elf?
No.
Oh, come on.
Oh, man.
Sorry.
You've seen King, but you haven't seen Elf.
Right, exactly.
Or part of King.
Yeah, part of King. Except for part I fell asleep in.
That's right.
Now, those, maybe I'm weird, but those Will Ferrell movies where he's just so over the top and the acting just drives me. I don't dig on them too much, but that's okay.
I don't know. Elf doesn't fit in the same.
Does it really?
It's definitely outside the spectrum.
Yeah,
okay.
It's not the same as his other ones.
Yeah.
A lot more family friendly too.
Hey, I found out a fun fact this morning.
About
Walker and Texas Ranger Bobby.
Yeah.
They're from Alabama. Those little kids. And
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
the ones
yeah.
who are jacked up on Mountain Dew?
Yeah, all jacked up on Mountain Dew. Couldn't wait for 2 Christmases. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, sports and more brought to you by producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert.
All right, scores and more brought to you by P4 Physical Therapy, delivering world-class outpatient care with a purpose. Visit them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com. Baseball scores from yesterday. Game we did last night, James Clemens and Westminster. The varsity went down to the last inning, last at bat for James Clemens. It was 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th, and James Clemens they were behind by 2 and put 3 runs on the board to win 6-5.
Now,
so that was an exciting game. You can hear it on the archive at pasnetwork.net, and we're going to replay it tomorrow afternoon too.
Pastor Joel Carwile from First Baptist Church, his son Zeke plays catcher. He's a sophomore, so I'm sure he's maybe in a backup, but he still plays catcher for Westminster.
For Westminster. Okay.
Yep.
The JV Jets defeated Hazel Green twice, 8-5 and 1-0. Lindsay Lane's varsity beat Priceville 3-0. It was Ardmore's varsity over Elkmont 18-8. The ABS middle school team beat Whitesburg Christian 12-9, and the Athens freshman team tied Grissom 4-4. So I guess they can still end up in ties there. Soccer, the Tanner boys shut out Clements 10-0. The Lady Rattlers also had a 2-0 win in their game. Bob Jones beat James Clemens girls 1-0, but the JV girls won their JV Lady Jets won their game 2-1. Russellville shut out Elkmont girls 3-0. The Elkmont boys beat Hamilton 5-0. They're playing in that River City shootout over there in Decatur this weekend. East Limestone also in that tournament. The girls beat Hamilton 10-0. West Limestone boys defeated Ardmore 5-1. And then let's see, softball, Clements Middle School swept Tanner 18-2 and 23-8. And the Cold Springs Invitational track meet yesterday. Clements Bailey James was first in the discus. Audra Gover was third in the 400 meters, and Jocelyn Foxworthy was second in the 1600 meters. And that's scores and more. Next week we'll be live at the VBC with the Huntsville Havoc, and we're planning on recording an interview with Rocket City Trash Pandas manager Andy Shatsley sometime this week.
Looking forward to that.
You can
me too.
You'll be able to hear that on next week's show. And I'm thinking, is next week the Trash Pandas night at the Havoc? I can't remember for sure. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
And then upcoming, the week after that, we'll be live at Eli's Block Party Car Show. And Randy Grimes, he's a previous guest. He's a former Baylor and Tampa Bay center who went through some addiction due to painkillers from his playing days. He's got a book out now, and we'll talk to him about that book. So P4 Scores and More brought to you by P4 Physical Therapy.
That sounds good. So we're going to talk? No, we're not going to talk at all. We are about to take a break, ladies and gentlemen. You'll be right back to Applebee's.
Go to your Amazon Echo and say Play Tailgate Talk, or your Google Home device and say Play Applebee's Tailgate Talk, and hear the show in crystal clear quality. We'll be back with more Tailgate Talk after this. P4 Physical Therapy is a new outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in Athens, Huntsville, and Winfield, Alabama, as well as Fayetteville and Knoxville, Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
If you're running out of space and a yard sale just isn't an option, Midpoint Storage and Buddy Box Storage gives you the choice. Midpoint Storage on Highway 72 East has traditional or climate-controlled units along with spaces for your boat or RV. Buddy Box offers convenient, secured, portable storage units delivered right to your home. They're both locally owned, too. Call 256-800-4249. Look for them on Facebook or online at midpoint.storage.com or buddyboxstorage.com. It's a win-win situation. Midpoint Storage and Buddy Box Storage. 256-800-4249.
Ardmore Telephone Company has been operating right here in your community since the 1950s. Over the years, we've brought you advanced communication services such as telephone, high-speed internet, and security systems. And going forward, we'll be right here ready to provide you with innovative services and the high level of customer service you've come to expect. At Ardmore Telephone, our proof is the test of time, running decades deep. We're Ardmore Telephone, and we are here to stay. For more details, call 1-800-830-9946 or visit ardmore.net.
Be listening for Limestone County area high school baseball action this season from Play Action Sports. Your coverage of ABS, Athens, Clements, East Limestone, Elkmont, James Clemens, Lindsay Lane, and West Limestone online at pasnetwork.net on your Amazon Echo device or on your Play Action Sports app. Afterwards, you can download each game from the archives or stream it on demand. While you're there, check out our schedule of upcoming games. Limestone County area high school baseball from Play Action Sports.
This is Shay McGowan from Mental Edge Performance. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
When you're born in this world, you're given a ticket to the freak show.
So you're a control freak?
It's just a freak show anyway.
And welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. We're live here on WKAC, the Big 1080. Tom McClung, old Tom Cat here alongside one Adam 12 Dodson, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, and we have got the man, the myth, the legend himself on the line, our weekly guest for the Huntsville Havoc hookup, Freak Daddy Clay Coleman. Good morning,
good
sir.
Good morning, guys. How are y'all?
We're good. Man, I tell you, dude, that first segment, I just couldn't say it. I couldn't have said it if I had a mouthful of it. It was just one of them stagger. So I had to redeem myself, and you are the reason I was able to redeem myself.
There you go.
So,
get you fired up.
Yes, absolutely. The Havoc wins 6-4 in Knoxville.
Yeah, big win. You know, anytime you can get a road win's good, but then to get one that you're battling out to get some ground on. I mean, that 1, 2, 3 spot in the SPHL right now is extremely close. Peoria's in first with 69 points, and then last night gave us a tie with Knoxville, so 68 for us. So yeah, it's looks like it's going to come down to a pretty good battle for who gets the top seeds in the SPHL.
Now, is there a regular season championship awarded like it is in SEC basketball?
Absolutely.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
And,
Got to get that trophy.
Usually wins that one.
Really?
But it's been probably like a curse for them because they've won it but never won the championship. So that'll be something that they're trying to battle for. But yeah, it's we've got a pretty good. I think our path as we're closing out is pretty favorable. We're getting a little bit of a break. Like tonight, we'll play Vermilion, which is tonight and tomorrow night. Which they're not a horrible team. I mean, they've had some chances. They've actually beat Peoria the most, but their record's 4-33. So
wow.
They're not doing too well. So we get them twice there, and then they come back and we play them twice at home. So there's 4 games there that should be, if we hold it together and do it right, should be some layups.
Yeah, so it sounds like y'all really still need to stay focused even when playing a team that only has 4 wins. I mean, same mentality and everything, same approach to the game.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when you're, and I think in any sport, when you're playing a team that, is wounded like that, I mean, they can be some of the most dangerous games that you can have, and playing at their place. Former players, their head coach, Nick Neidert, who played for the Channel Cats and played for the Havoc, and probably if you ever want to do something really fun, go look up Nick Neidert there's a website you can use. It's called HockeyDB, which basically stands for Hockey Database, and you can go in and type in any team, any player, and it'll give their full history. Well, Nick played all the way up until 2021, and he started playing in 2000.
Oh, wow.
Now, he was one of these guys where it may not have been full seasons, but it would be like, hey, we need a goalie. We're down, we're in trouble. Who do we call? And if Nick Neidert was in driving distance of that team, he would go.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
It's a pretty interesting. I mean, he's on one of these ones where I think that if there should ever be a movie about the story of someone, I just watched the Kurt Warner movie this week, and it's kind of like Nick Neidert should be the hockey of that side, except he just doesn't have the championship side of the story. But yeah, it's playing a team like that is always dangerous. So yeah, it's can't take it too lightly, and probably coming off of a high last night, going to Knoxville and beating them as well as we did last night, you could kind of underestimate yourself.
And looks like that a couple of the Havoc's picked up. The Havoc has picked up a couple of players. Looks like Nudiker returned.
Yeah, he was a player that had played with us already.
Yes.
Had gotten called up and then came back.
Right.
So that's the one thing. Hopefully, with some of these guys we have, that have been called up to the ECHL, as they're winding down, we may gain some back. Now we've looked at like Max, who got called up to Toledo, but Toledo's in first place, so probably not going to get Max back for the playoffs. So they kind of got to go ahead and look at that. But if a team, ends up ending their season or not making it to the playoffs, then those guys will come down and play with us.
So they also signed, looks like Frank Sullivan, who spent 33 games with Birmingham.
Yep.
How did he do last night against Knoxville?
They did pretty good. He's a defenseman, so it's you can tell they held him. To just those 4 goals or whatever. Like I said, I think the guys are playing well. They're in good shape. They're gelling, and they've at least held a certain core group of guys together that have stayed to play. So I think we're sitting pretty good. It's just coming to that final stretch is going to be keeping people from getting injured and make that little run at the end, which is you always need that kind of little streak to do. Like the fun battle right now is if you're watching the top side is there. But they've already had 5 teams that have already clinched the playoffs. So You've got Pensacola, Evansville, Roanoke, Birmingham, all kind of, battling out for who's going to get the final 3 slots. We'd love to play Pensacola because we've kind of owned them all year.
Yeah.
So, like, if you were to go into the playoffs today, that's who we would play. Either them or Evansville, which we've done pretty decent against both. But yeah, it's pretty much. I think the bottom 2 don't make it in the playoffs, and you got Macon, who's 8-30, and Vermilion, who's 4-33. So I don't see them catching Birmingham. So Birmingham will be that low. They'll be battling out, trying to beat Roanoke, and they're 13 points away from Roanoke, so they've got a pretty tough climb as well. So I think those final 3 teams will be Pensacola, Evansville, and Roanoke will round it out.
Okay, so I guess an interesting question I have would be, do you really care where you are in one of those top 4 spots as long as you are getting to play who you think would be a optimal matchup for you?
I don't. And talking to Coach DeTulio, he's at times, we've been the 4th seed going in, and he's like, you got to beat them no matter what you got to, you have to do. Now, like for our side, and our fans will hate to hear this, but and it's weird because the fans get so upset about it, but they don't realize that yes, the Huntsville Havoc or yes, the SBHL is fun and doing well, but like at the Von Braun Center, they book a monster truck show, they book a Disney on Ice that will dwarf the money that the VBC will make on a Havoc game. So scheduling-wise, it gets very difficult when it comes into the playoffs because, these teams lay in their schedules at the beginning of the year, so they're good, right? They can plan around it, but you can't plan around the playoffs, so you kind of have what's available. Yeah. And like for us, we'll have home ice advantage probably, but first round we may have a Tuesday and a Wednesday night game. Well, I don't care who you are. You could be, Alabama Crimson Tide. It may be hard to fill a Tuesday night because people have jobs and people have to get up and, go the next day or school or things like that. So, yeah, for me, I don't think it really matters as much. If we had it to where it was always weekend games, absolutely. The home ice advantage would be huge.
I hear you.
But on a Tuesday night, if you look back historically with us, even though we lead the league in attendance, we'll still probably only get like 2,500 in a building on a Tuesday night, no matter how well we promote it or what. So it doesn't really, I don't think it really matters. It does matter for just being able to have 2 games versus 1. If you're looking at that, so that top 4, if you can be in the top 4, I think it definitely gives you the advantage. But then as you start progressing, you get, somebody maybe a little bit higher seed than you then get it. So, to be able to play comfortable on your home ice, good. But yeah, it's in the SPHL, it's a little bit different than like some other sports. It just you're one of 8. You know, the Havoc has been in situations where they've been, and won the whole thing. So it just, like I said, Coach Tugo says you gotta run the gambit, right? So sometimes he'd like to play a number 1 seed right off the bat because, like, hey, if we knock them out, it's easy sailing.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it's just different. The SPHL is different. I know our fans get on the fan caves and stuff, and when they get into the playoffs and they see, you know, that we've had to play like at the ice complex or we play, and they get so angry and so mad. And you got to like that because they're passionate about our team, but then you got to, like, sometimes look at the reality of it. Like, this is minor league. This isn't, you know, we're not the Nashville Predators. We don't have the pool that some of these other teams have, and you just kind of go with what you get dealt and make the best of it.
So, Jay Powell, is that his name? The defenseman that got called up, 6'7"?
Yeah, and he'll be back. I think he got called up just this weekend there. The team needed just a kind of like a bench warmer in a sense, just to have a body.
Really?
So
okay.
When I talked to Glenn, you know, he'll be back. And that's tough, too. You know, a lot of these guys are just different, you know, different situations. You know, like some of them get called up, they don't get to play, but they like to be able to have that on their resume. You know, hey, I got called up a higher level. You know, so it just depends on the player. Some of the guys are like, I don't want to travel, I don't want to move, I just want to go and literally stay where I'm at and win a championship.
That's cool. Was anything new coming around the corner that Freak Daddy wants to announce?
You know, I mean, we got coming up this next weekend, back-to-back games. We got the I Love Huntsville or I Hart Huntsville night that we have, and then we'll have the Trash Pandas night on Saturday night. So
Sweet.
2 big games. So we're winding down the schedule. So if you're looking to get to check out a game, we don't have many left. And if anybody's listening and hadn't been to a game, you know, come check that out. But I mean, we've got, you know, good games coming up after that. We'll have like a St. Patrick's Day game on the 18th, and then military night, which is always an awesome night, will be the March 19th, and then the final 2 games, you know, a fan appreciation on April 1st, and then we'll have the Legends night, which we, you know, have a game before the game, which is some of the old Channel Cat and former Havoc hockey players come back and play in a little fun game beforehand to raise money for autism.
Cool.
Awesome.
Sounds good. Tim, you got anything to say?
No, I guess of course, we'll be doing the show from out there next Saturday.
That's true.
I know, and you know, I just found out that they, you know, y'all swap that weekend. I'm actually going to be out of the country next weekend.
Oh, man.
I was going to ask
I missed the one time to hang out with you guys, but we're going on a cruise, leaving out in New Orleans on Friday or Saturday. So
you're just going to have to change that cruise.
Well, you'll have to.
I know, right? Well, maybe I can see maybe I can figure out the timing. I could be live from New Orleans. Maybe I can call in to the show before we get on the cruise boat.
Yeah. Report from Bourbon Street.
There you go. Right.
Yeah, we'll have to do a phone call at least.
Yeah, no, that's fine. We could probably do that. I think we leave. I think we have to be at the boat like at 12:30, and I think there's Central Time too. So should be okay to do a call in.
Yep, cool. New Orleans is Central Time. So.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yep.
Well, my friend, thanks a lot for joining us again, and enjoy. Have fun on that cruise next week.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
All right, talk to you soon.
No problem. All right, bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, Clay Freak Daddy Coleman, our Huntsville weekly visit from the Huntsville Havoc hookup. It's time to take a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Congratulations to Chadrick Page, Ashlyn Mullins, Jason Nicholas, Haley Cobb, Austin Tucker, and Charlotte Sutton. This week's Howl with the Havoc winners. They each pick up tickets to see the Huntsville Havoc in action this season. Enter your name for our weekly drawing at tailgatetalk.net, and you may be one of our next winners. Tailgate Talk will be right back.
First National Bank is a name everyone in the community will recognize. We see it in our schools, in our parks, and in our homes. First National Bank is proud to help make our community great. I'm a First National Bank Student Advisory Board member, Rainey Oakley, from Elmont High School. I love to help represent First National Bank in my community. First National Bank, making communities great, member FDIC.
Hey guys, this is Joanna Clem for CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications. I'd like to personally invite you to visit CEI Bookstore. While you're here, you'll find a wide selection selection of Bibles, gift items, trustworthy study materials, and more for you and your church. Our friendly staff will be happy to help you with your selections while you shop in the store. We even offer personalized Bible imprinting and gift wrapping. Not in the Athens area? Enjoy shopping with us online at truthbooks.com. CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications, taking his hand, helping each other home.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured. Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State hometown team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. Want to howl with the Havoc this season? Now's your chance from Tailgate Talk and the Huntsville Havoc. Just go to tailgatetalk.net and register your name. Then listen to Tailgate Talk Saturday mornings at 10 as we announce the weekly winners of Huntsville Havoc tickets. Howl with the Havoc this season from the Huntsville Havoc, Tailgate Talk, and 1080 WKAC.
Hey, this is East Limestone Girls basketball coach Jessica Thompson, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
And welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. We're live here on WKAC, the Big 1080. Tom McClung, Old Time Cat, alongside Adam Dotson, also known as One Adam 12. Producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. And we are happy to welcome back Jason Guyton of Guyton Wrestling. Jason, you joined us not too long ago. Were you just getting started then, or had you been going and you just joined us?
So it was actually a few years when I first started with you guys. Okay. And that's when we were doing some training out of Sparkman High School.
Yes, that's right. I remember
and
that.
Then the last time we actually spoke was at the North Alabama Elite Regionals for youth wrestling.
I remember that at Athens High School.
At Athens High School. So that was the last official time that we spoke. So it's been a little bit.
So what's been going on since?
Everything.
As you was telling us, you was giving a laundry list of successful stories.
Yeah.
Start at the top.
Well, this morning, shout out to, before I start, let me say this quickly. I want to say rest in peace to Daniel Winzenot. He's somebody that's very important to me. He's the co-owner of Triad Martial Arts out there in Madison and Huntsville, and also Coleman. His life tragically ended a couple of days ago.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that.
Thank you. I got the news. He is the one guy that for Guyton Wrestling, he was like, hey, these are the keys. This is the access that you need. Go do what you need to do. And many of the guys that have done well for Alabama in the sport of wrestling that were trained with me, he is the reason for the access. So I just wanted to share my condolences to him and his family.
Absolutely.
But getting back to your question, a lot. Right now, shout out to the St. Louis Warriors in St. Louis, Missouri. Coach Jeremy Guyton, who's my youngest brother. They're at the regionals for USA State. So good luck to all of them. They got a whole team out there. They look tough this year. I expect them to do well this year as well. We had 5 Guyton trained champs this year at the Alabama High School state tournaments. We had abundance of placers, but those guys know why I say 5, state champs. So we try to put our standards high. So, we've had a busy season. I've been training, and Then we had the mega that came up the other day, which was I was announced as being inducted into the Howard University Hall of Fame.
Look at you go
for the athletics. So that was a big moment in my life. Representative of my mother and father, Eddie and Debbie Guyton, out of St. Louis, Missouri. The things that they put in place for us as kids growing up, and being able to see this happen. So lots been going on.
Congratulations! Congratulations! Yes. So your brother is a coach. You're a coach. So
we're all coaches. I got one more.
Your parents. You got one more.
Yeah.
This started from your parents.
That definitely. Our house was a little bit different. Our dad was about keeping us busy because in St. Louis sometimes it gets a little bit muddy.
Right.
And he wanted to keep us busy in a multitude of things. We did swimming, track, baseball, arts and crafts at the local university. Whatever he could find to put us in, we were a part of that. So my mother supported it. She handled, her role very well as well. So they worked as a team. And it's just been our passion to help kids, help our children as much as they allow us, because you know how children are sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And, just give back.
Right. And that is great. So we're more primarily a football area, but wrestling has its roots, especially at Athens High School.
100%.
Yeah, and so it's still growing. Somebody is listening to this show, and their kid is wanting to get into wrestling, and they want to start them off training them right. How do they get in touch with you?
It's easy to get in touch with me. They can contact me directly at Jason at GuytonWrestling.com.
No, you got your own website.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
GuytonWrestling.com, www.GuytonWrestling.com. You can call me direct. I'll share that number with you guys. Things of that nature, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We are out there. They just need to reach out and say, hey, I want to try it. And it's not for everybody, though.
Okay.
So the brand that we have, we're intense on being great and, being, at the top as much as possible. So it's not for everybody. So if you're looking for a more Boys and Girls Club type centered organization,
go to Boys and Girls Club.
Boys and Girls Club or the different places. But if you want to try to see how far you can take it, come see me.
Because this is for elite wrestling.
Yeah, that's what we're striving for.
So it's not wrestling.
No.
Yeah, this is the wrestling.
This is wrestling. He says that they're going to have a sponsor come up here in another year or so, and they're going to get the ring out back, get it up.
Hey.
Top rope coming off the chair, teach them the Greg the Hammer Valentine elbow slam.
We'll do it. I'm actually partnered with my buddies Cliff and Stephanie Fretwell out of Medina, Georgia, with Compound Sportswear. So, also all the area schools, regardless of sport, you want to get some gear, you want to take care of your kids and look good, as you compete, get with me as well. We'll make sure you're looking good.
Awesome. Okay, you mentioned your martial friend in martial arts had passed away.
Yeah.
Is martial arts incorporated in your wrestling training as well?
Well, wrestling, Greco freestyle, boxing, anything that's one-on-one, I would say is a form of martial art.
Okay.
So, whether we call it wrestling, a lot of times in the martial arts aspect, they call it grappling.
Right, yes.
And there's a lot of similar characteristics for everything we do. So we've got kids that do both, but they were centered more on the MMA and then the jiu-jitsu, judo, those type of arts. That's what they're centered on.
Okay. Well, one thing I thought was interesting that you said is you all strive to be great in everything that y'all do. So talk to me a little bit about what you try to instill in the kids that you coach, the kids that you teach, like their mentality, their training.
Well, it's a different time. I remember, and you guys could join in, I remember when we used to have push-up contests, sit-up contests. We used to see how many times people could climb a rope up and down and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Today,
rope in PE.
Yeah. And we used to have the physical fitness test in school.
The presidential
and
physics.
that was serious.
Right.
That was serious.
Right.
Today, a lot of kids got their heads down in the cell phone, the tablet. They look like this all the time. and they're not getting some of those things. So, in the beginning it's tough. Really, the end of the day, we try to let them know we want to be honest with you. So when someone comes up to me, hey, I want to be a wrestler, I want to be a state champ, I want to see what it's like to be a national champ, the specs on that is not what you think. That's a tough road. Okay. There are kids across the country that wake up every day at 4:30 in the morning for the first of 3 practices at young ages. Yeah. So in order to compete with guys like that and girls like that, because remember it's a mixed gender sport now, you've got to be honest with them, walk with them through it, but then be there for them for the highs and lows, and that's where that bond comes from. So it's not for everybody, because some people may just want to have, just participate in the sport and say, hey, I did it and things of that nature, and that's wonderful. There's a lane for that, and there's a lot of clubs that support that. We're looking for a little bit something different, because if the accolades is one thing, but that's the past. So the goal is to share that and pass it on with the future so it can keep going.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, it sounds like y'all have really Guyton Wrestling has really grown a lot in the past couple of years or so, or since what do you say? It's been about a few years since.
When we first spoke, I think it was 2018. I think that was the first time I spoke with Tailgate Talk, and that started in the 9th grade gym at Sparkman High School. Yeah. And it has grown from that point. I've seen kids that I've had in the very beginning place at state that I haven't seen on a regular basis and things of that nature. I've seen a lot. So preach,
Coach, preach.
We've grown. I think the relationship between a lot of great or better coaches, not just in the area but among the state and in the nation, I have talks with them all the time, is kind of like dialed in. We're on the same page, because we understand when you go to high school and you start seeing like these programs, like what is that? James Clemens' first time in school history, they're in the state championship final today. There has to be a change, and there has to be a implementation of truth and a system to let you know, hey, if you want to get to this moment, there's some things that have to happen. Every school is capable. Athens used to be one of the greatest wrestling high schools in the country. Yes. But you've got to keep that moment. You got to keep them training specs the same way, or especially when you got so many programs today as having off-season trainers and camps and all these other things. If you're not dialed in, it's tough to stay there.
Yeah, it's almost like if you want to be great in your sport, it's like almost like there's no off-season really. Like
we are. Like he asked me when did our season end yet? We are year round. Mm-hmm. We do not stop. We train now across the country. I know I've seen some people go to some of the training camps and things of that nature that we go to in the summer and wonder why the results aren't the same. Some go to camps. We go to a camp within a camp. So when the camp starts at 8, we've already trained probably for an hour.
Oh man.
When the camp ends at 7, we don't leave till about 9. So, it's just a different environment, and I'd like to see it spread, but like I said, it's not for everybody. I don't think that everybody should be pushed into certain things that they're not ready for, but if you got a kid that, hey, honestly, this is what I want to do and the parents want to support it, let's go.
Let's do it. Yeah, that's awesome. Trying to think of another. We can run out of questions in my brain. Adam, you got one. Put you in a hot spot here. Find another question.
Oh, I can actually come up with another.
Can I say this real quick?
By all means. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say shout out Howard University, Washington, D.C. Thank you. I'm very gracious. We've got in September will be the Hall of Fame induction, not just for me, but it's also for the 1995 team that we had. It was the last year of the MEAC. We were able to beat the incomparable Morgan State team that had always won with Coach Phillips and a wrestler by the name of Charlie Morgan. We beat them in that last year before it ended. But now, thanks to the BWA Association, which is the Black Wrestlers Association, the HBCU Wrestlers Initiative, Morgan State has its program back. So I hope Howard will be next. So those are the things that when you get inducted to the Hall of Fame, it's an honor. But the service part is what I'm really focused on now. After that, to see, okay, what can we do with this and what type type of influence can I have until, I'm done with my journey.
You mentioned Greco-Roman, grappling, and then you got the traditional.
You got folk style, and then you also have freestyle. Freestyle is probably what a lot of kids would say is the funnest because you get the turn, twist, if you can do backflips, forward rolls, all types of stuff. You can score in a lot of different positions. Greco is waist high, so you can't touch anybody below the waist. And folk style has some rules to where it's intended to keep people safer, especially as a high school sport, but it's not as flexible in scoring as folk style is. And then grappling is really wrestling. It's just in MMA you got to be careful because you got submissions and then you're getting there's strikes and things of that nature. So sometimes with the wrestling it has to be augmented a little bit to keep the guy or
keep him from striking.
Keep the young lady safe. Yeah.
Right.
And you mentioned that wrestling is now co-ed. Both sexes wrestle. But that match up there at Athens High School with Alabama Elite, but those little girls is embarrassing some boys.
You have some of those kids that competed in that tournament. I want to say, so Mason, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that was 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. Mason is a state champ now.
Is he?
So you have a lot of kids that came from that region that are doing well, and you had a lot of state place winners. The future is great for North Alabama because now you're starting to see the renaissance of the youth teams. So these kids are now 7th, 8th, and 9th graders. So over the next few years, Thompson won the state championship, but they didn't dominate like they normally do. Huntsville High's probably got the most upside right now because of how many kids they're bringing back. But when you look at the overall lineups and what's coming in and what stayed at the North Alabama schools, Thompson is in trouble, and I think they know that. So it's going to be interesting over the next 4 years at the VBC to see that house really rocking from a North Alabama wrestling standpoint. And I just hope these kids train for the moment.
The Thompson's realizing they're not the cock of the walk right now.
It's coming. It's ending. Yes.
So for those who don't know about the cock of the walk, that's used to back in the days when they had the river boats. The toughest guy on the riverboat wore a big old feather in his hat, and that symbolized he was the baddest man on that boat. Now, they would come to different shores, and if you ever see two guys with that big feather, there's going to be a fight. Okay. And the winner was called the cock of the walk.
So I think I'm going to have to wear a feather to this party I'm going to.
You go right ahead. I'm not going to advertise it.
Every time I hear somebody say grappling, it reminds me of grappling.
What's grappling?
You know, the catfish.
Oh, the catfish thing. I ain't getting, my place is on the ground, right? I'm not going into his domain to get him. If he wants to come up and bite some chicken liver or some crickets, I'll jank him out. But I'm not going under no stump where he can take me down there. Because they stick the hand inside the catfish's mouth.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And grab the back of his gills, the base of his gills.
Yeah, I think that's how they protect themselves too, so they don't get bit real bad. So.
That's how you drown. If you're in too deep of water.
Yeah, if you don't know what you're doing.
That's right. But
talk about a left turn there.
We were sorry.
We do chase rabbits in this case. Catfish.
Occasionally.
I've eaten my share of catfish, squirrel, rabbits, all of that growing up. So.
Give me some squirrel love.
My dad used to cook the best squirrel rice with brown gravy and what was that? What was that? The Hungry Jack biscuits.
Yeah. Remember those Hungry Jack biscuits?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, that's
now I really done gone down in the ditch. I've been wanting some squirrel for a long time. This season's not open now, but I have to make myself too old, man. It's cold in those mornings when you want to sleep in. Oh, that's great. Jason, man, don't take 3 years to come back with us. Let's keep this thing going. And congratulations on your Hall of Fame nominee, on the success of your business. And serious, like you said, it's not for everybody, but there are children out there that has it. have what it takes.
And if I can, one more time,
absolutely.
I will say North Alabama Elite, the wrestling organization for youth, is still up here. They've got a group of parents that do love that organization, things of that nature, and they're keeping it going. So if you got a kid that's just starting and they really don't have a lot of expectation in this area, that would be a great place to start. And see if they like the sport and things of that nature. You got a great band of people over there that run that. So
and they've been on the show as well.
Yeah, they've been on the show as well, and you guys have actually been around a lot of them. So cool. Locally, parents, you've got a resource here. You got to tap in.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Guyton Wrestling. Jason, good to see you again, my friend.
Thank you.
We're going to take a quick break, ladies and gentlemen. You've been listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Go to your Amazon Echo and say Play Tailgate Talk, or your Google Home device and say Play Applebee's Tailgate Talk, and hear the show in crystal clear quality. We'll be back with more Tailgate Talk after this. Real estate, real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate, real easy.
This is Bella LaFontaine with Crown Service Termite and Pest Control. We take care of all the basics. We take care of cockroaches, ants, wasps. As far as rodents go, most places they'll trap or poison, and that's the end of it. What we do is we're actually going to find the entry points, and we're going to take care of that for you. We do a lot of work with a lot of realtors here in town to bring houses to the closing table. So one of the big things about us is that we're not a sales company. We are a service provider. So we're not looking to meet a sales quota. We're looking to get a house ready to go to closing and get our customers taken care of. This is Bella LaFontaine, Crown Service Termite and Pest Control. We are located at 3413 6th Avenue in Huntsville, Alabama. Phone number is 256-701-7095.
Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon. Need custom screen printing or other promotional products? Got You Covered Screen Printing and More in Athens is, well, got you covered. Screen printing, promotional items, stickers, graphic design, vinyl for signs and garments, and other customized products. They also offer local pickup and delivery services, rush orders, volume discounts, and can customize any project to meet your needs. Got You Covered guarantees to get the job done and will work hard to make sure you're completely satisfied. Call today, 444-4500, or stop by and see them at 389 West Sandifer Road in Athens. Got You Covered Screen Printing and More. The Play Action Sports Report is back in podcast form. Look for it every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform. The Play Action Sports Report. Scores, interviews, highlights, and more from school, youth, and amateur sports in Athens and Limestone County. The Play Action Sports Report every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform or online at pasnetwork.net.
This is former University of Georgia guard Mike McWhorter, and you are listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
And welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Tom McClung here, old Tom Cat, alongside Adam Dodson, one Adam 12, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. Now we're going to toss it over here to the News Courier sports reporter. Or is that sports? Is that what you are?
I'm a sports reporter.
Sports
yes.
reporter. Okay.
Yep.
And we're going to let's talk about some of the local stuff that's happening that you've mentioned. James Clemens today.
Yeah.
They're playing for the Blue.
Yeah.
Playing for the Blue Map.
Yeah, they're playing against Enterprise, and I think it's going to be I think they got a pretty good shot. I mean, they got as good a shot as anybody, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, they had a really good journey to get there, and I think they're going to have a lot of support at that game because this is the first big, I don't know if it's the first big championship event for them, but I mean, I know it's one of the first.
Yeah, they're making school history every time.
Yeah, I mean, they've really turned into a really great sports program there, and basically everything, and just based on where they started, where every school starts, where you just you have to get the kids in there first and get them developed and everything, and now they're rolling.
And they started in 7A, so it's not like you start in 1A and build up.
Yeah. And what's interesting is the baseball team is playing Enterprise today
that is
noon.
Very interesting.
Down at Jasper.
Really?
So once they get done with their game, I guess both teams will head over there to watch the basketball team.
There's gonna be some trash talk about the basketball game going on in that baseball game. Yeah, 100%.
And I had not realized that Baker was ranked number 1 whenever James Clemens beat them. So I think Enterprise is 4th or 5th, but the Jets have been kind of flying under the radar, so to speak.
Yeah, Coach Frankie's good coach.
Yeah, and then you go a little bit down the way to Coleman, where they're playing in their first championship, since what was it, 1938, I'm pretty sure, against Huffman. I don't remember the exact time of the game, but I just thought that was really cool that Coleman just it's been that long since they've been into a basketball championship. It's almost been 100 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. And then just some other things that are going on right now. We got the Limestone County Sports Hall of Fame.
Yes.
They are they're voting on their new inductees on Tuesday. I don't have the names yet because obviously they haven't voted on yet. They have some ideas, but obviously they don't want to hear that from a sports reporter. They want to be able to tell that to them first before they hear it from me.
Yes.
So, but along with that, it's really, really good news for a lot of reasons because they're also going to be handing out $12,000 in scholarships to. It's going to be in the packaging of 4 $3,000 scholarships.
That's nice.
So that'll be great too. I think their motto is it has something to do with like remembering the greats and rewarding the students. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was very interesting. And then what's really great about it is it's been 2 years since they've inducted a class because of COVID reasons. Because I don't think they wanted to induct a class, in my understanding, without giving them all of the same recognition that other classes get, like the golf tournament that'll be on June 9th and the induction banquet that'll be on June 11th at the event center. And so I think it's a good sign that things are starting to return to normal in the sports realm, as normal as they're probably going to get. And I'm really looking forward to the event. I don't know if maybe we would ever broadcast at the golf tournament or something, but I thought that maybe that's something that
we did one year.
In the past.
I think it was about 3 years ago. They had the golf tournament on the same day as the banquet, and they decided after that, it's too busy of a day. So they moved it back to Thursday.
Will it be at?
And we did both of them. So.
What's the name of that course?
It's at Canebrake.
It's at Canebrake.
Okay. It was at Southern Gales that time.
Yeah, no, I talked about that with Jeff Hodges, but it's my understanding it's Canebrake.
All right. This is the Limestone County Hall of Fame.
Yes.
So I'm taking notes.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, so that's interesting. And I would like to just mention that we're still in the middle of the baseball lockout.
Yes.
Which is getting thoroughly annoying. And I wrote a column about it for Thursday's paper, where basically I just talk about how they're digging their own grave and how if you really want to see good baseball nowadays, you should probably just either go to a minor league baseball game, or what you should probably do is go to a high school baseball game. Because high school is where there's no money involved and it's highly competitive. Yes. And we got a lot of good baseball teams around here, such as Lindsay Lane, James Clemens, Athens, so on and so on. And so I'm just tired of the sport killing itself at the professional level because they refuse to adapt, or they refuse to come to agreements where it seems like everyone's always in a very petty way threatening each other, like threatening their jobs. And I for one am over it, and my prediction is that hockey will be overtaking baseball within 10 years. That's my prediction. I don't know if that'll turn out right, but But basically, I said that to say this. If you want to see good baseball in North Alabama, you do not have to leave Limestone County because there's a lot of very good teams.
A lot of good baseball here.
Yeah.
I was down South Florida on the East Coast last week, and I stay in Juneau Beach when I go.
Yeah.
But I can't remember the name of the stadium, but the St. Louis Cardinals and the Marlins.
Okay.
They share that location for not Raymond James. That's in Tampa.
Yep.
They share that location for spring training, and the price of the hotels were extraordinary, and the entire community lost out on probably millions of dollars of tourist attractions.
100%. Yeah. And I know, like, there's a lot of those spring training destinations. Yeah, they totally rely on tourism, especially in the age of COVID, where a lot of the tourism places have been hit hard, and they're doing basically everything they can to attract people there. And I know some people probably think, oh, well, what problems does Florida have attracting tourism? But I mean, that's not exactly always the case. I mean, you don't want to. No one ever wants to lose out on money, and when not only COVID affecting tourism to the areas now, but the pettiness of the professional league affecting all these areas now as well. It's just not going to be good.
Roger Dean is the name of the stadium.
Okay.
Roger Dean Stadium, Chevrolet. So, yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've talked. Thanks for your contribution there, 1 Adam 12. That's a very good way to fill some time. And we're going to come back at the top of the hour and talk to Josh Hart, defending Gator Nationals champion. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
You can help Limestone County student athletes by donating to the Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship. Send it in care of Garth Garris, 13833 Pinnacle Drive, Athens, Alabama, 35613, or make it in person at First State Bank of the South at 1319 Highway 72 East in Athens. We'll be back with Tailgate Talk after this.
Hey guys, this is Joanna for CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications. Many of you are searching for Bible study materials for your Bible classes. Our best-selling Bible curriculum, Discovering God's Way, is a reliable tool for teaching students of all ages through the Bible in its entirety. We're sure you'll love this curriculum, and if you'd like to see other options of Bible classes, we'll be happy to help you select from our topical studies. So stop struggling with the search and come by and let us help you select reliable and meaningful study materials for your class today. CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications, taking his hand, helping each other home.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
Ardmore Telephone Company has been operating right here in your community since the 1950s. Over the years, we've brought you advanced communication services such as telephone, high-speed internet, and security systems. And going forward, we'll be right here ready to provide you with innovative services and the high level of customer service you've come to expect. At Ardmore Telephone, our proof is the test of time, running decades deep. We're Ardmore Telephone, and we are here to stay. For more details, call 1-800-830-9946 or visit ardmore.net.
Quality Vinyl is on your side. Quality Vinyl in Athens has been in business since 1987, offering great prices and service the whole time. What has changed is the technology of their products. From vinyl siding and shutters, sunrooms and screen rooms, to doors, windows, columns, and rails. Quality Vinyl, located on the corner of Highway 72 and Reed Road in Athens, just 6 miles west of I-65. Call 232-2665 or visit them online at qualityvinyl.net. Quality Vinyl is on your side. WKAC wants to recognize our local athletes, and you can help. Go to WKAC1080.com throughout the school year and click on the Tailgate Talk icon to vote for the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. The winner will receive a gift card from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and a t-shirt from Gotcha Covered Screen Printing and more. Submit your own nominations for future polls, too. While you're there, check out the Tailgate Talk archives and see what you might have missed. That's the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. Cast your vote today from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and 1080 WKAC.
This is James Clemens girls basketball coach Monica Maxwell, and you are listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
And welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. At the top of the hour, where I'll be joining Josh Hart here on the Tailgate Talk special guest segment brought to you by Yellowhammer Roofing. Tom McClung, Tomcat here alongside Adam Dodson, 1Adam12, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, and we have him on the phone. Josh, I'm looking forward to this interview, buddy. Josh Hart from Ocala, Florida.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Oh, dude, thank you for joining us. So many things to talk about. Now, I work for Goodyear Tire and Rubber. Used to at one time. Part of my responsibilities was technical support for the team haulers. But that's been a few years ago. I'm still with Goodyear, but I don't get to go to the Gator Nationals free anymore. So we're going to have to do something about that. So, it's early in the season. 3 races so far? You're 5th in the standings.
Very excited about that. Coming into the Gator Nationals being the 3rd race, obviously we hope to carry that momentum right on through.
That's good. And speaking of the Gator Nationals, last year you were champs, so you're coming back in as defending champs, right?
Yep, pretty storybook deal there. Couldn't have changed it if I wanted to do it. It was awesome.
That's good. Now, the guy you lost to last week, Clay Milliken, follow him on Twitter. He actually we were kind of friends back in the day, and he's got a phrase, "Stomp on that loud pedal" is what he calls it. What's it feel like? I know what it felt like in the stands. What does it feel like in the driver's seat, bud? When you know, light goes from yellow to green that fast, and next thing you know, you're at 300 miles an hour.
Well, when you hit the gas, it's almost terrifying, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You try to wrestle a 25-foot python for approximately 3.7 seconds, and you hope that it pretty much goes your way.
Now, y'all bragged a little bit over NASCAR because their whole engines are 800 horsepower or something, and you guys have more horsepower in one cylinder. Is that how it works, or what do y'all say when it comes to that?
That is true. We're pushing 12,000 horsepower these days. So
I've seen you in the pits. You know, they crank it up. I guess they still crank it on gas, racing gas, and then once they turn the methanol in, not methanol. That's what they run the nitromethane. Once they turn that on, you can tell it because the pits immediately get smoky, and people who are in the pit start running toward to smell that stuff. And I'm thinking, I like it, but dang, that stuff stinks. You've got your own ventilation system in the car, though, right?
No. So all we have is the head sock and my helmet on. It definitely still gets into the cockpit.
Really?
Oh, man.
Really?
Yeah. Not as bad as the guys that are scrubbing the tires right before the run, but, you know.
Yeah.
You just grow accustomed to it, and you learn to love it.
Absolutely. I don't mean to dominate. You guys jump in here anytime.
I was going to say, tell us how you got into racing, your background and everything.
Kind of nothing to be proud of. Just broke about every rule you could on the street, and somebody that I knew, close family friend, said, why don't you try it at the drag strip? So we went up to Gainesville that night and been trying to follow the rules ever since because I was hooked on drag racing.
Now, we've got a family friend, it's my wife's first cousin. They live in Kentucky, but they travel on their circuit, and he's just turned 17, graduated high school. His name is Colby Frazier. So Colby is friends with Antron. So that might be a name to keep in mind.
It sounds like a good race car name.
Yeah, it is, doesn't it? Now, have you ever been to Don Garlett's museum? Or I should ask you, how many times have you been to Don Garlett's museum there?
Don and I have actually worked on a couple of projects together. I was part of the developmental phases of the electric dragster.
Really?
And yep.
You've done open up a new topic. Go ahead, finish your thought here.
We've done some flathead stuff together. We've done some Hemi builds together, and my shop, Bernie's Speed Shop, actually does some dyno tuning work for him. So it's a good relationship, to say the least.
That is good. You mentioned the electric dragster. What is this? The electric not top fuel, because you can't have electric and top fuel, but is it the same rail style?
It is, yeah. He was chasing the 200 mile an hour mark, and I think somebody in Texas already did that. But it was a very interesting project because, a nitro car costs about $500 to $700 per operational second. The electric car was 52 cents a pass.
Really? But there's no noise.
No noise. To me, it wasn't the same. I wasn't into it the way everybody else was. But for training purposes, I would say that it would be awesome because that car still was running, in the sevens at 190 mile an hour.
At 1,000 feet, right?
I think that was full quarter mile.
Full quarter mile. Oh, wow. Yeah. That's even more impressive.
Mm-hmm. You talk about no noise reminds me of when I was a kid, we went to see Parnelli Jones at the Indy time trials with his turbo car. And, you got all these deafening cars racing by you, and then all of a sudden he comes out to do his, and all you hear is psst, the tires on the asphalt there. Yeah. And, of course, he was a favorite to win, I think, that year, and then H.A. Foyt ended up winning the 500. But that was different.
So you got a couple of business things. You got R&L Freight Race re-signed for this year, so that's good. And Alan Johnson's no longer the crew chief, but you guys are still doing very well. Talk a little bit about both of those.
Yeah, I've never been affiliated with Alan Johnson.
Oh, okay, my bad. I read that wrong then.
But no, we're very proud to have R&L Carriers back. Very blessed to have that organization behind us, and we were able to keep TechNet. So far during my racing career, we've been able to maintain all of our major sponsors.
That's right. What all does their sponsorship entail for you to do? Do you have to go corporate events, stuff like that, or you just win?
No, it's quite the opposite. So they didn't want to get the persona, out there that they were just giving me a check to run my race car. That's not true at all. They are strictly doing this to recruit new employees for their ever-growing workforce, which is 17,000 strong.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's an RL Carriers all over the country, and they've got great fundamentals. It's easy to talk about because I actually believe in their company. It's a real great, awesome organization.
Yeah, it sounds like a great partnership right there.
So they're actually using our hospitality area at the NHRA events just to kind of lure in new applicants and kind of sift through the NHRA population.
Gotcha. Okay. So I guess the question I have for you is, do you feel like people always give you their best race now because you won that title the previous season?
I think everybody that goes out there to win. I don't really care who's in the other lane. I run my own race, and regardless of the big names and the personalities, I'm racing myself to make sure that little yellow light turns on my side.
Yeah, you're just worried about yourself, not worried about anyone else.
I remember the first time I was at a launch. It was qualifying at Gator Nationals. It was around 11 years ago. And I was a super late model dirt track driver. I'm like, this is fine. I'm good. I've been around a racing engine before. And then they launch from the what do you call it? The takeoff line, beginning line, starting line. And it feels like my guts is getting sucked out. Gosh. Yeah. And after that, I was like a little baby. I was curled up in the fetal position, whimpering. But then
I tease people all the time. I tell them, they don't have to watch it. You'll feel it.
Exactly. Then one of John Force's daughters walked past me, and I'm straightening up. Straighten up.
Now, was last year your rookie year?
Yes, sir.
Was it last year? So
wow.
you won the Gator Nationals right out of the gate there then.
Yeah. First debut race, yep.
Oh, wow. Really right out of the gate.
Really right out of the gate.
Are there, you have your rivalries in other sports. I know you said you don't really care who's in the other lane, but do you have any maybe potential rival drivers maybe that you have?
Yeah, not necessarily. I mean, we want to beat everybody, and believe it or not, it's pretty amicable until you get to the starting line. So knows everybody. There's only 20 some of us active in the U.S. So I think it's probably a little too small of a pool to have real aggressive rivalries. But of course, there's certain people out there that you definitely want to put on the trailer.
Yeah, and I was, I wasn't necessarily talking about, coming to blows or anything on the track, but guys that you would rather beat more than others.
Yeah, like a friendly competition.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed running Tony Schumacher, because I watched him as my career was developing before I got to this level, and now I've ran him 3 times now in qualifying, and I just think, it's pretty cool to even be beside him, but if I could beat him, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Now, at this level, do you have guys deep staging, short staging, and stuff like that, or is that how does that work? Is that part of the strategy? Is it frowned on? Because I've heard different things about it.
Yeah, again, I mean, I personally don't care. It has happened to me where people have tried to roll the lights, and that stuff doesn't bother me, but it's definitely strategy for sure. Everybody will pull out every bag of tricks. I think you'll see more of that in the countdown than you would, at this stage in the game, but you never know.
Gotcha.
Well, I know in other sports, kids growing up, they'll go through their high school, college, and then, maybe they're lucky enough to get to play in college, and then in the pros. How does that work in racing? I mean, if somebody wants to break into doing that, how would they go about it?
Yeah, I mean, if you've got the proper funding and you've got the guts to get into a licensing type situation, you can manage to drive a top fuel car. Anything's possible. I personally wouldn't do that. I enjoyed the Super Gas, Super Comp, and Top Dragster days, and I spent about 5 years in my alcohol dragster, which I feel gave me some competitive edge going into top fuel.
Okay.
Well, how
it's
old
not
are
like
you,
you
Josh?
Get a scholarship in racing.
Right, exactly. If you don't mind me asking, what is your current age?
38.
38. Okay. Well, you sounded young, but 38's not so young. I remember when I was 38, I thought I was old.
I think it's young.
That's true. So after, let's see, I guess you're down in Gainesville right now, aren't you?
I live in Ocala, Florida. So I'm
true. My bad. Yeah. Hey, when does qualifying start, or have you started it yet?
No, next week on Friday.
Next week on Friday. Okay, I was thinking the Gator Nationals was this week. It's next week on Friday. All right. So you're gonna bring her down, drive it like you stole it, right?
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about, buddy. Well, I'm going to borrow one of Clay Milliken's monikers, stomp on that loud pedal, and get you another win, and we'll be rooting for you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you, Josh, for your time today, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Take care.
Take care. That was fun.
Yeah.
Josh Hart,
awesome.
ladies and gentlemen, from Top Fuel Dragster, NHRA, defending Gator Nationals champ. It's time to take a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured, Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State hometown team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
If you're running out of space and a yard sale just isn't an option, Midpoint Storage and Buddy Box Storage gives you the choice. Midpoint Storage on Highway 72 East has traditional or climate-controlled units along with spaces for your boat or RV. Buddy Box offers convenient, secured, portable storage units delivered right to your home. They're both locally owned, too. Call 256-800-4249. Look for them on Facebook or online at midpoint.storage.com or buddyboxstorage.com. It's a win-win situation. Midpoint Storage and Buddy Box Storage. 256-800-4249. Real estate, real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5 888-222-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate real easy. Come see all your friends at Applebee's in Athens, Highway 72 West, just off I-65. 12 minutes guaranteed or it's free Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 7 items to choose from. Can't make it for lunch? Visit them for happy hour, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. or late night. Half-price appetizers with beverage purchase, 6 appetizers to choose from. One of your favorite teams is sure to be playing on the big screen, too. See you tomorrow at Applebee's Neighborhood Grill, Highway 72 Athens, just off I-65. Keep up with local school, travel, youth, and amateur sports throughout the week with a Play Action Sports Update. Listen weekday mornings at 7:30 and weekday afternoons at 1:30 and 3:30 as we bring you the latest scores, news, and announcements from Limestone County and surrounding communities. That's the Play Action Sports Update 3 times a day, Monday through Friday on 1080 WKAC.
Hi, this is Darryl Cheney, formerly of the Cincinnati Reds and Atlanta Braves, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
And welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. We're live here on WKAC, the Big 1080. Tom McClung, Old Tom Cat here alongside One Adam 12 Dodson, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, and we've got in studio Ray Aikens. Now, you in charge? You president of the Athens Youth Football?
Yes, sir, I am.
President of the Athens Youth Football program.
El Presidente.
Organizations. El Presidente.
Wow.
Welcome back, buddy. It's been a minute.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you for having me back. I appreciate you guys and everything you do around the area, because actually we do get people, hear things and see things and read things from you, and actually will tell us that that's where they heard it or saw it.
Well,
we've actually had that happen.
That's good. We thought that we might have had tens of listeners out there.
Well, at least
tens.
At least tens of listeners.
We got at least 10.
At least 10. So what's coming up? We're going into summer, so
we're actually right now, as of today.
Spring.
Yep, actually today we start spring training.
Okay.
We've been blessed. We've kept Athens Youth Football in the loop and working and trying to keep productive towards the whole year round. I know you had Jason on earlier talking about a year round program,
right?
But I think if the athletes don't stay year round, you're not going to help them. So all the kids from our organization that play baseball, go play baseball. You play basketball, go play basketball, but stay active.
Stay active.
So what we have is a spring program that we're going to actually start. It's every weekend, because I know that baseball here in the county is going to start going to all weekdays. Mm-hmm. So instead of interfering with their practices, we're going to start going every Saturday and Sunday at 2 p.m.
Okay.
So, and it's going to be at the practice field behind the old rec center, behind the stadium.
Yep.
And we'll start at 2 p.m. every Saturday and every Sunday. And we're going to do, full out training. You're going to see a lot of it in it.
Sprint turf, right?
No, actually, it's
field.
No, it's the actual practice field. It's grass. It's set in. It's right behind the stadium and the old rec center. It's also right next to the softball, baseball fields.
I've got you. I've got the field behind the new rec center, but just behind the old rec center.
Yes, sir, the old one.
Gotcha.
I mean, we got to have room, and we've been blessed to be able to get that. And we thank Coach Rose, the staff, and Athens High School for being such a great supporter of us and helping us even grow and everything. With that, we're going to go all the way through May. May 14th and 15th will be our last weekend for spring. We'll take about a week and a half off to let everybody graduate and do everything they got to do with their families and kids moving up and all of them moving up in school. And then we'll start the summer program. In the summer program, we're actually going to do training also, but we're going to have an opportunity for our kids to maybe catch a tournament or two in actual live tackle football.
Awesome. Oh, that'd be cool.
So that's why we're training spring now. So if we have to go in and get some pads on, we'll already be ready.
Be ready for it.
There you go.
And then from there, we'll head into the fall program, which will start in July. And with the July program, we're going to go ahead. This year, we have grown. We are actually proud to say that we are going to host 7U tackle all the way through 12U tackle.
Wow.
We have a one-year team. My thoughts on that are, especially, that flag football is good for the younger kids.
Yep.
Well, some of these kids are 6 years old coming out of flag, and they have to step on a team right now. The way that this, everything the system set up is, they're playing a kid that's 8 years old, turning 9 right after the cutoff, and they're 6 years old, never been hit, and they're playing these kids already got 2 years in pads and all that. And I thought, well, man, we lose a lot of them there.
You lose a lot of them.
And so we went ahead and made a 7U tackle team, and right now, other than something comes up, somebody correct me, we're the only organization in North Alabama that actually has every age group 7 through 12.
Okay.
The rest of them are running 2-year programs.
So how many 7Us do you have? I mean,
right now I think we're sitting at about 16, 17. But remember, we're in March. True number, the organization signed up its 109th player last night.
All right.
So we should be over 110 probably by the practices this weekend with the kids that are going to come out and hadn't signed up yet. We've still got some returners that haven't signed up. So my goal is about 150 kids in tackle. And that's going to be the goal, and hopefully we can reach it. I mean, you remember when we first started, we were at 53. And then last year we were at 90, just over 90. And then now we're in March, and we're already over 100, 110.
So it sounds like the community has really thrown its support towards the program and really
without a doubt
wants to be involved.
I mean, Athens City is a community. I always say that because it seems like everywhere we go, we see each other. And we really are a tight community that there's a lot of support for each other. Mm-hmm. And I've seen it personally. In fact, I'll be honest with you, we're getting some support now, and we'll even accept more, either donations, sponsorships, or partnerships we work with, because we've partnered up with a trainer now that's going to be out there all the time with us.
Okay, who's that?
It's actually, his name is Coach, it's Q-Fit.
Okay.
And my brain's going, and I have to apologize to him because I should have his whole name right here with me, shouldn't I?
All good.
But I know him personally. I've coached his kid.
He'll come to you. Yeah, come back about 5 minutes.
Coach Matt. There we go.
There we go.
Okay. Coach Matt. Coach Matt is an amazing gentleman. He's going to be working with kids, and he's making it affordable and very acceptable even to go in and do personal training with him. Right. He's actually opening up his own gym right off Nick Davis. It's being structured right now. The keys open up on April 1st.
Okay.
So we'll even have a gym. We'll even have an area around it for parking and outside activities for him. We've still got the field at Athens. We're actually going out. We're purchasing 150 new helmets.
Oh, good.
So we're putting quite a bit of funds into the program. We're actually going to a different color. Looks like we're going to go to a kind of a gold
color,
gold helmets. Because if you haven't noticed, you guys have actually been out to a youth football game.
Yeah.
Seems about 99.9% of all the things have black helmets.
Oh, really?
If you didn't notice,
I did not notice that.
But most of them have a dark helmet.
Right.
So it was a little fun. We're going to change it up like we did last year with the uniforms. Everybody was having a darker uniform. We went ahead and went with gold and white. Mm-hmm. So it's still staying in our Athens color schemes.
Oh yeah, and kids love when they get new uniforms. Oh, they're all about it.
Some of them will come play for you just because they want the uniform.
Right.
I don't blame them. They're a kiddo. Another thing we're doing different in Athens is we did this year's. Everybody buys them a trophy and they get them around. And what happens to that trophy? We've all grew up getting trophies.
Yeah.
What do you do to them? They get on the counter, they sit down, and you may
get dust on them.
Yeah, you may dust them, you may break them, you may do something with them.
They don't last long.
We're buying all of our kids rings. So this year they all got the big championship rings.
Way better.
And trust me, they'll sneak it in their bag and show it at school, and they'll even send me a picture.
Good.
Look, Coach, I got it here. And that to me is more enjoyable than just handing them a trophy. They actually have something that they're going to brag and talk about. So
talk about the helmets a little bit. Back when Todd and I played,
it was leather?
No, it wasn't that old.
Okay.
It was white. And each team would take tape. Like we played Pee Wee Packers.
Uh-huh.
So my dad would have the helmets, and they'd take the tape and run it from the top of the face mask to around the back, the dark green wide.
Yep.
And then you'd get the thin gold tape.
Yeah, and you run pinstriping right next to it.
Exactly, and
that's awesome.
Sometimes it might be it was a midget Rams at one time, and that's blue and we were blue and gold. So yeah, that would be the same thing.
Yes, sir.
But that was that. You come in, all those helmets were sitting there.
Well, now you can buy them colors, and that's the best part of it. The second thing is we're moving the Shutt helmet that we had is a very good helmet. It's rated very high.
Yes.
But we've decided to take it up to another level. We actually moving up to program 2. We're going to Zenith, which is they say can run through a train wreck. So the key is to make sure the kid's healthy. We don't have a problem with the concussions, things like that.
Right.
So the safety is looked at with that. So with those helmets, a little more, a few more dollars expensive per helmet, but the safety of it in the long run is what we're looking for anyway.
Right. And so talk to me a little bit about the safety. So you said a lot of it is going to be tackle, correct?
Correct.
So I'm sure you put a very high emphasis on tackling correctly.
That is very correct.
Yeah.
Because nowadays there's no leading with the helmet. There's that's all part of the rules now.
Yeah.
So you have to break down and teach them. Actually, again, I'll kind of caveat when listening to Jason. A good double leg takedown is a great thing. He was actually on point, and that's what a great tackle is. Or if some people call it a rugby tackle, where your head's out of the set. That's where you teach them to get the head through if they got to go in the front side. Yeah. A lot of the safety factors are all in our instructions and in our training, because we don't want any child hurt either. That's not our goal. Our goal is to make them successful, not injured.
Right. And
so So
I think obviously you said you wanted to get more and more kids in this program, and I think parents would be comforted knowing that they're being told to tackle and taught to tackle the right way, because I think that will maybe ease maybe some of the stresses about what's going to happen to their kids if they know that they're being taught the right way, and I think that'll really help the membership and the growth of the program.
Well, thank you. Yes, and I hope they do. And I think that them coming out and seeing it, I think that's why we have the growth, is what we're doing, how we train the kids, how we treat the kids. We're different. If you come out to the training in spring, you're going to have all those things like the cones, the ladders, the parachutes, the steps. I mean, they're going to be doing the stuff you see at middle school, high school, maybe not to the level, but it's the same thing.
They're not at that level.
They're correct,
exactly.
sir.
Exactly.
You can't coach an 18-year-old the way you coach an 8-year-old. That is very correct.
Yeah.
And that's what the difference is. We're here. We have our coaches structured to who would help the best at which age groups, because we have a full staff on us every year now, awesome. And anywhere from 4 to 6 coaches in that grouping. And so we prioritize making sure the kids learn, because in the ultimate, whether people say it, we want to all be competitive. We all want to be the SEC.
Right.
The best part of a youth program, you've got to have them enjoying the game of football so they're ready and they love the game when they get to middle school and high school, because that's our ultimate goal, is to have them play to the next level.
Yeah, and I'm sure I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead and give us your contact information so people can get it. It's about time for us to have to take a break.
Is it? Oh, I had a big surprise for y'all if you wanted it.
Well, go ahead.
Our end of May is May 14th and 15th. We're going to have a big spectacular there.
Yes.
Actually, we're going to have camps there. We're going to have former college players. We're working on an active NFL player right now.
Oh, man.
Once I get it signed, we'll be able to announce his name. He's from the Houston Texans. His family lives here in the area. So we're going to work on that, doing that. But also, the evening of the 14th, there will be a big, humongous professional wrestling ring set up in the stadium. And we're bringing down some professional wrestlers, some names that are on live TV.
Man,
we're going to have
cool.
We're going to have a meet and greet. It's going to be a fundraiser for the program, because we want to buy them the new helmets, the programs. We're going to have our restaurant open. Most people call it concession stands. We call it a restaurant because we sell the real stuff.
There we go.
Right,
okay.
When is this now?
This is going to be May 14th and 15th, the program, but the 14th evening is when we're going to have the spectacular.
Okay, and what day of the week is that?
That's Saturday, sir.
Oh, for sure.
Saturday evening. I'll tell you right now.
I see what you're going.
Hey, I'll tell you right now, right open in honesty, the one that I have, does anybody remember from WWE, Alberto Del Rio, who's the world champion?
Todd would know him.
He is already set. He will be here.
Awesome.
I'm working on another gentleman that's right on TV right now. You could have seen him Wednesday night on TV on A&E. He's working to get here, and some of the developmental guys that are underneath those or have wrestled underneath WWE and developmental portal, they'll be here. So right now we're set up with at least 5 matches with some more excitement. I'm sure our coaches will be involved.
Right.
I'm sure, if y'all want to come out and have fun, we can get you involved. I just hope you don't get injured.
No, we're not.
I'm just kidding.
I'm not jumping off.
I'll jump in the ring.
Hey, okay.
I'll get some.
How well do you fly, sir?
Not very well.
One of the guys is about 6'10". He throws pretty far.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure you'd have no problem with me.
What was that little guy's name that wrestled back during the WWF days? Little bitty fella.
Rey Mysterio?
Rey Mysterio.
He's still there, and his son.
Is he now?
Yes.
Oh, man.
That's
I wish. But, yeah, that's a big spectacular, and we're going to give you more details. We'll get a flyer going with it. We've got some surprises coming. I'm doing the best I can with it, and my support system out with all our coaches. Miss April is actually director. You see her name on everything we post.
Yeah.
She runs our admin directing. Let's give them a shout-out and make sure that we do that. But, again, May 14th, that evening, tickets will go on sale probably towards the end of this month, beginning of April. And right now we're going to try to, because they're doing some things with the stadium, we'll probably be on the visitor side. We'll probably set it up there. We'll have special seating next to the ring, but we'll have the stadium right there too. So we'll fill those whole side of that stadium too. And should be fun. I'm excited for the spring. I'm excited for the spectacular, because we really do need to, again, there's a lot of money need to be that. We've made, we're doing our own to make our own, but we're still going to need some help getting those helmets, the pads, the new stuff for all the new kids we're getting, because our goal, and I hope by then we will have 150 come fall.
Absolutely.
Toss me a website and a phone number.
Website, how about I'll have that. We're redoing one right now.
Okay.
You can look at us on Facebook, Athens Youth Football.
Okay.
You can give a number. I can give you mine, and I can get everybody to April if they want, but mine is 210. I haven't changed it since 93, so 885-0175. And that's Coach Ray. I go by that, and I try not to say I'm the boss of anything. Miss April's the boss, and the coaches and parents kind of lead us the way we go.
We had April was on the show when we were at the stadium.
Yes, April was there with you. I was out with the virus there, the corona.
You had the Rona.
Yeah, version 256 apparently.
256. Well, Ray, thank you again for joining us.
My honor. Thank you guys always, and you're always invited with us.
Absolutely. It's time to take a quick break, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Congratulations to Elkmont's Daisy Hernandez, our Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. Daisy picks up a gift card from the Athens Applebee's and a Tailgate Talk t-shirt from Gotcha Covered Screen Printing and more. Go to tailgatetalk.net and enter your nominations for future polls. We'll be back with more Applebee's Tailgate Talk after this.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured. Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State hometown team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
If you're running out of space and a yard sale just isn't an option, Midpoint Storage and Buddy Box Storage gives you the choice. Midpoint Storage on Highway 72 East has traditional or climate-controlled units along with spaces for your boat or RV. Buddy Box offers convenient, secured, portable storage units delivered right to your home. They're both locally owned, too. Call 256-800-4249. Look for them on Facebook or online at midpoint.storage.com or buddyboxstorage.com. It's a win-win situation. Midpoint Storage and Buddy Box Storage. 256-800-4249. Real estate, real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate, real easy. Come see all your friends at Applebee's in Athens, Highway 72 West, just off I-65. 12 minutes guaranteed or it's free Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 7 items to choose from. Can't make it for lunch? Visit them for happy hour, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. or late night. Half-price appetizers with beverage purchase, 6 appetizers to choose from. One of your favorite teams is sure to be playing on the big screen, too. See you tomorrow at Applebee's Neighborhood Grill, Highway 72 Athens, just off I-65. Check out the WKAC sports page. Go to WKAC1080.com and click on the WKAC sports icon. You can listen to the current sports stream as well as game archives, past coaches shows, and Applebee's Tailgate Talk on demand. If you're on your smartphone, you can stay automatically updated as new items are posted. The WKAC sports page. Another reason why your best source for Limestone County sports is WKAC1080.com and 1080 WKAC.
Hey, this is Elkmont football coach Michael Pendergrass, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
I'm all about that action. 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 I said I'm all about that action.
And welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen, live here on WKAC, the Big 1080 on your AM dial. Tom McClung here alongside producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, one Adam 12 Dodson, and we've got our Swami of the SEC on, Mr. A.P. Steadham.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. So glad to be on Applebee's Tailgate Talk, WKAC 1080 AM, Athens, Alabama.
I seen some stuff where you interviewed Coach Harson. Was that this week? I was in Florida working, so.
Oh, okay. That was the Senior Bowl week.
Okay, that was Senior Bowl week. Had he had cleared the mess by then, hadn't he, or had he?
No, it was 2 days. I think it was about 2 days before the whole tornado came through.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah, but there was some talk though. Yes,
there was some talk.
Gale, some gale winds maybe.
Gale force winds was beginning, starting to come off the sea. So what's going on with AP this week? Well, of course, we got the big SEC tournament coming up. Looks like somebody just got a technical for Arkansas.
Yeah, they're not looking good.
Arkansas's not looking good.
Yeah. Oh, really? I'm in Baton Rouge, and I just stepped outside the Pete Maravich Assembly Center to speak to my favorite radio show.
Oh, sweet.
So I'm at the Alabama-LSU game, basketball game.
Oh, that's right. What time did they play today? Adam, you know that?
11 o'clock. They played as a CBS game, 11 o'clock Central.
Gotcha. All right. So they're actually playing right now. Are they? Is it at halftime?
Right, right now. No, not at halftime. I was not at halftime yet. I think it was 23 when I made an exit.
Gotcha.
Right now it is 27-25 LSU. 5:29 left in the first half.
They still back and forth then.
Yep, they are.
Right. Oh yeah, they're back and forth, and they're LSU at the moment shooting 42%, Alabama 35%. Alabama's 5 for 14 from 3-pointers. That's a good percentage.
That's a good percentage right there.
Oh yeah.
You need to be a little bit better, but in LSU's 3 for 10, 30%. So free throws, both Alabama's 100%, 6 for 6. LSU 6 for 8, 75%.
Well,
offensive total rebounds 13 and 14, so it's back and forth.
Yep.
Yeah.
Back and forth.
Well, I'm telling you right now, it's not too often Alabama's 100% at the free throw line.
Right.
Well,
you better get that on tape when I said that.
Absolutely. And after their performance against Texas A&M on Wednesday, I just there was nowhere to go but up for this next game for sure.
Right. 71 points is not enough for them. They average 80 points a game. The margin is 4.76, so they're 15-point differential, and they lost at home. That was not good.
Yeah, it was very poor performance, especially in the last home game of the year.
Yeah, it's disappointing. This
AP, what do you attribute that to? Because there's been times that Alabama's played and beat number 1 ranked teams, and then the times they can't beat,
Georgia,
the bottom team in the SEC, right?
Yeah. Right. I think it's a defensive effort, and I just repeat this to people that last year, top 5 or so defensive efficiency at one point this season, I don't know what they are now, but 80th. So that's a big difference, right?
Gotcha.
The top 5 to 80. So you have to have that every game in basketball because the shooting, you're not sure.
Right.
You're trying to be consistent as the best you can, but we all know that basketball, hey, guy might be a good outside shooter, but they play the game inside, right?
And they say defense travels.
Defense and rebounding travels. That's what Bruce Pearl of Auburn, he said, and we know that he's got a good basketball team. Real strong chance to get in New Orleans at the Final Four.
100%. Yeah.
I didn't know what happened at Tennessee. We couldn't rebound anything. Auburn couldn't rebound anything that day.
The guards had a bad defensive game as well.
Yes.
The Tennessee guards got to the paint. That causes problems.
Yep. And still only lost by 5. So.
That's right. They're a good enough team to have some lapses here and there, but he's an unbelievable, fantastic ball player. I think he'd be the number 1 pick. I mean, I just love his game, plays, and his confidence level. And he'll get bigger and stronger. He's only a freshman, but you have a clutch player in the tournament. Because there might be a game. There's going to be a game if you get to the Final Four, which is actually winning 2 straight weekends for a national championship. If you think about it that way, you got a chance. But you're going to need somebody to ask it in the last 10 seconds. Give it to him.
Yep, absolutely. And kudos to Coach Pearl, and you blow the lead. In the half, you're up by double digits going in the half. I went to sleep, woke up with about a minute left in the game, and we were down. So in overtime, he puts his 3 guards out there with the 2 big men. I thought that was it was quite brilliant. I don't know if he just like throwing something against the wall to see if it stuck, but that stuck.
Yeah, great coaches are slightly unorthodox.
Yes, sir.
I mean, and they have the courage and the belief in their system and their thought process and philosophy that they can make those types of substitutions.
Absolutely. So I guess the question I have for you is, who is maybe a dark horse sneaky team to look out for in the SEC tournament?
In the SEC tournament, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I think like a Tennessee maybe. I might watch for them. I would think Tennessee.
Okay, I agree with that. I mean, I think they're a team that is looking good at the exact time you want to be looking good, not back in November or December, but right now.
Yeah, tournament testing coach Rick Barnes. I mean, but I'm thinking of looking further ahead that 2 teams from the conference could be in New Orleans for the Final Four.
100%. I definitely think. I think Auburn, even though Auburn may, depending on how they do, they may not even get a 1 seed, but I don't think that's really going to matter very much. I still think they can get to the Final Four, no problem.
Being a 1 seed is almost like a curse. We've seen 1 seeds fall time and time again. I kind of hope they're a 2 seed, if I'm being honest.
I think I'm not going to say they'd fare better as a 2 seed, but I think that it would, like you said, there would be maybe less pressure.
Yeah.
They've been a good team all year at the top, so the pressure, they're going to apply it to themselves. So I'm not concerned about – I want to see them in the conference, the regular season, that's very important. And then if they could do something in the SEC tournament, that'd be fine. But when in the regular season, the SEC, that's a great accomplishment.
Absolutely. Tim, you got anything?
No, well, I was just kind of checking up here on the Alabama baseball team. They seem to be doing pretty well. Went to Texas, didn't have real good luck. Got
Texas
swept
really
in
good.
Texas.
Yeah,
right.
But otherwise, I had a local kid that pitched against who was it they were playing? Jacob McNary.
Yeah, Jacob.
Had a good game. Who had a good game just the other day?
Yeah, you had a lot of. you had some Bob Jones on Bob Jones in the Alabama-Texas game too. You had a couple of North Alabama guys pitching and hitting against
nice
each other.
It's nice to play against the top teams and test your program, right?
Absolutely, yeah. It's like especially early on in the season, just to see where you're at, maybe like a measuring stick game.
Oh, yeah. But I'm looking forward to this basketball team. I want to see both of these teams in the tournament. I want to see them progress. I'd love to see one of them in the Final Four. Auburn's the only team to make the Final Four from the state. And if they did make the Final Four and won it, that'd be quite a feat for the state of Alabama.
Yes, it would.
And always remember this, AP. Virginia still double-dribbled.
Oh, man.
They still double-dribbled.
They did. You're right. But that was a great year. I watched them win the SEC tournament in Nashville, and I was with them when they had the selection. I was in the room with them.
Oh, good.
That afternoon, that was kind of a cool moment as well. But so now they got a little taste of it, and Bruce Pearl, he's won some championships.
Yep.
So it could happen. It's not beyond the reach of or the realm of possibility.
Nope, not the realm. It'd be awesome to happen. Well, keep watching them. Yes. Let them play game after game.
Oh, yes.
Well, AP, we're going to let you get back to the game that you're there for. Thanks for taking time and talking to us, bud.
Hey, my pleasure. Thank you so much.
All right.
Have a good one.
Talk to you later.
Thank you. Bye-bye now.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's AP Steadham, our Swami of the SEC, and we're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
AP Steadham, Heisman Trophy voter, Maxwell Award voter, and Biletnikoff Award voter can be heard every week on From the Press Box with AP on WHEP AM and FM in Foley, Alabama. He can also be found on Facebook and Twitter. We'll be back with more Applebee's Tailgate Talk after this. Quality Vinyl is on your side. Quality Vinyl in Athens has been in business since 1987, offering great prices and service the whole time. What has changed is the technology of their products. From vinyl siding and shutters, sunrooms and screen rooms, to doors, windows, columns, and rails. Quality Vinyl, located on the corner of Highway 72 and Reed Road in Athens, just 6 miles west of I-65. Call 232-2665 or visit them online at qualityvinyl.net. Quality Vinyl is on on your side. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. P4 Physical Therapy is a new outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in Athens, Huntsville, and Winfield, Alabama, as well as Fayetteville and Knoxville, Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com.
First National Bank is a name everyone in the community will recognize. We see it in our schools, in our parks, and in our homes. First National Bank is proud to help make our community great. I'm First National Bank Student Advisory Board member Carla Serrato from Tanner High School, and I love to help represent First National Bank in my community. First National Bank, making communities great. Member FDIC.
This is Bella LaFontaine with Crown Service Termite and Pest Control. We take care of all the basics. We take care of cockroaches, ants, wasps. As far as rodents go, most places they'll trap or poison, and that's the end of it. What we do is we're actually going to find the entry points, and we're going to take care of that for you. We do a lot of work with a lot of realtors here in town to bring houses to the closing table. So one of the big things about us is that we're not a sales company. We are a service provider. So we're not looking to meet a sales quota. We're looking to get a house ready to go to closing and get our customers taken care of. This is Bella LaFontaine, Crown Service Termite and Pest Control. We are located at 3413 6th Avenue in Huntsville, Alabama. Phone number is 256-701-7095.
Ardmore Telephone Company has been operating right here in your community since the 1950s. Over the years, we've brought you advanced communication services such as telephone, high-speed internet, and security systems. And going forward, we'll be right here ready to provide you with innovative services and the high level of customer service you've come to expect. At Ardmore Telephone, our proof is the test of time, running decades deep. We're Ardmore Telephone, and we are here to stay. For more details, call 1-800-830-9946 or visit ardmore.net.
Be listening for Limestone County Area High School baseball action this season from Play Action Sports. Your coverage of ABS, Athens, Clements, East Limestone, Elkmont, James Clemens, Lindsay Lane, and West Limestone online at pasnetwork.net on your Amazon Echo device or on your Play Action Sports app. Afterwards, you can download each game from the archives or stream it on demand. While you're there, check out our schedule of upcoming games. Limestone County Area High School baseball from Play Action Sports.
Hi, this is Sherman Williams, former running back for the University of Alabama and the Dallas Cowboys. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. We're live here on WKAC, the Big 1080. They used to do that moniker when I was young, listening to them before school, and then they still carry it. I'd listen to them every now and then. By the way, let's start this. This is old Tomcat here, Tom McClung, alongside one Adam 12, Adam Dodson, producer extraordinary Tim Lambert. Get the introductions out of the way, just in case y'all didn't know who we were. But,
I can't imagine that.
WKAC is a great station to listen to. I mean, they got all kind of stuff. So if you just get tired of the commercials and everything on FM, tune it over there to WKAC, the Big 1080. Especially, we know somebody who does the middle of the day show, and it's just
good time gold midday show. Boy, I stumbled on it that time.
And I could never remember the name of it. I just know it's that show Tim plays all them old songs. And I go, how in the world does he find all these old songs? But yeah, and we're here at Applebee's. People sitting around the bar, people sitting at the tables around the bar. How many you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 televisions, 8 if you count that one over there.
It's real lively.
It's a very lively little place.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every time they walk out with something that smells good, it's just like perfume to a hungry man.
You could come here for a date night.
You could. You might get bougie on a date night or something.
Yeah, you get bougie for sure.
Hey, I want to congratulate Coach Jessica McBrayer from Wallace State. Both of Wallace State teams made it to the finals of the ACCC tournament.
Gotcha.
Against Shelton State.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, they both came up short, but still. She got her 100th win, I think, in the semifinal, or maybe it was the quarterfinals. But anyway, she got 101, and then that got stopped there in the finals. But anyway, they did well.
Yes.
Dan, that's great.
I want to give a shout out to Jordan Gardner for signing with LaGrange College, the former running back for the East Limestone Indians.
Yes.
He has signed to play to the next level. He signed yesterday, and anyone who knows anything about LaGrange College knows that that's a good institution over there.
Yeah.
They got a good football program.
Is that NAI?
I'm not sure exactly. I was talking to Coach Pugh yesterday, and
keep talking. I'll Google it.
No, you're good. So I talked to Coach Pugh yesterday, and he was talking about how they really got a steal with Gardner because he had a little bit of injury issues in his high school tenure, but he still was able to be extremely productive. And one thing I found interesting about what Coach Pugh told me was that he's never once heard anything foul come out of his mouth. And I'm not just talking about cursing. Like, obviously not cursing either, but I'm talking about he's never complaining. He's never down on teammates. He's never any of that stuff. He's always positive reinforcement. And so I think that says a lot about his character, and that's something that Coach Pugh really emphasized with me when I talked to him, was that about how good of a kid he is, who has great character. And I think when you have that great character, and let's say you wanted to try after a couple years at LaGrange to maybe enter that transfer portal and get to a bigger college, who knows?
They're Division III.
They're Division III?
Yeah. Okay. I knew it was either NAIA or Division III.
Okay. Yeah, so I just I think and Coach Pugh certainly thinks that he's someone that we're going to be hearing about for a long time. So.
And just to say, I got to say it, if you think Division III is it's just Division III. Dude, let your son play for a Division III school, especially get some of those out in Texas or from Ohio. There's grown men that play Division III football.
100%. That's why a lot of them end up at bigger schools, because of how good they are there. Yeah. Because a lot of players, like a lot of these really good Division III schools, they know how to recruit just as well as anybody. I mean, and then sometimes people don't get recruited as hard, and they end up being gems.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's still an education.
100%. It's a very good education.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Very good education.
Absolutely. And there's worse places to be than Georgia.
Exactly. LaGrange is a great place too.
Yeah,
it's nice.
100%.
Absolutely. And congratulations to the young man. That's great news.
Absolutely, yeah. And I picked up on that reference. I thought it was a good reference.
Rumors spreading around that Georgia town.
So that congratulations to him. There's a lot going on in the county right now. I mean, there's a lot of sports that are just right in the middle of their season. I feel like we haven't really talked about softball too much today. But Limestone County has some softball. I mean, really. Obviously with Ardmore making it all the way to the title game last year, and then you got schools such as Elkmont's off to a pretty good start this year in softball. I can't recall the record off the top of my head, but they're doing well. They're doing well enough to where my photographer wants to go out there and take photos of them. So
cool.
So I want to give a shout out to them as well. They've they're obviously not the only good team in the county. I mean, in my opinion, every team is good in the county this year. So I just want to give softball a little bit of a shout out too.
Well, speaking of softball, the Play Action Sports will be out at James Clemens next Tuesday and Thursday. As the Lady Jets will be carrying James Clemens in Austin, and then I think Brewer on Thursday. So go to pasnetwork.net if you want to hear some James Clemens softball.
That's cool.
And going off continuing the trend with women's sports, what's the latest on the Hazel Green women's basketball team? Because they were undefeated last I heard, and I'm not sure where
Hazel. I heard this morning. I think Hazel Green won the state.
Did they win the state?
I'm pretty sure they did.
I didn't get an update on
by
it.
A solid margin.
So they would be like 36-0 or something like that, close to it. 35-0.
Everybody grabs their phone. Yeah. Track. Oh, Greg talking about track. Oh, my buddy listens to us that track programs here in town.
Yeah.
Also, Athens has got a good track program. I believe his son runs for.
Yeah. Well,
not sure. What does he run, Greg? Text me. What's his special events?
Yeah.
Text him fast.
Text me fast because we're almost out of time.
Well, it's also just beyond track too. I mean, you had Jack Tregoning. He won the shot put competition.
Yeah.
And so I thought that was a big deal. I mean, he's a multi-sport athlete. I mean, you know how good he is at football. I mean, he's a boss at football. So.
Yes, they do. Hazel Green girls do stay perfect, and basketball wins the Class 6A win.
Yeah. What does it say the record on there? Because last I checked, it was 33-0, and that was a Sweet 16 round of 32.
Well, that was 2 days ago. So
yeah.
So I can't tell. I can't say for sure. But either way. Okay, here's my text from Greg. He just said track. He's 400 and 800. Aiden's running 400 and 800. And with that, buddy, we got to go. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, 1 Adam, 12 Adam Dodson, I'm Tom McClung, old Tom Kit. We ain't got to go home, but we got to get ourselves up out of here. We'll see you next week from the Von Braun Center.
I'm not going home.
Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon.
This is First National Bank Student Advisory Board member Kamaya Wardlaw from East Limestone High School, and I love First National Bank. They make it easy for me to balance school, work, and my social life. With convenient services like online banking, bill pay, and the mobile app, I can take care of my finances without having to worry. I can check my balance and pay my car payment all on my phone, and I was even able to apply for my checking account online. First National Bank, making communities great, member FDIC.
Hey guys, this is Joanna Clem for CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications. I'd like to personally invite you to visit CEI Bookstore. While you're here, you'll find a wide selection of Bibles, gift items, trustworthy study materials, and more for you and your church. Our friendly staff will be happy to help you with your selections while you shop in the store. We even offer personalized Bible imprinting and gift wrapping. Not in the Athens area? Enjoy shopping with us online at truthbooks.com. CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications, taking his hand, helping each other home.
You've been listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, live from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill on Highway 72 East in Athens, just off I-65. You can hear the archive of this and other shows online at tailgatetalk.net. Applebee's Tailgate Talk is a production of Play Action Sports on 1080 WKAC.